Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This we get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock with news the global bond sell-off has eased, but the reasons for it don't seem to have changed. But first up today, the IMF has lowered its global growth forecast and warned of increasing risks ahead. The growth they see is from the stronger than expected performance in the US, despite slowdowns in China and Japan. They still see 2024 expanding 3.2% this year in spite of all the supply chain disruptions. 5 years from now, global growth should reach 3.1%, a mediocre performance compared with the pre-pandemic average. It sees zero growth in New Zealand in 2024, a 1.9% expansion in 2025, and only rising to 2.4% by 2029. Still, that will be better than it sees in most advanced economies, and slightly better than in Australia. The new threats they see relate to the rise of trade wars. Meanwhile, the US retail pulse, as measured by the Red Book monitoring, eased slightly last week to be 4.6% higher than a year ago. This is better than inflation, but still at the lower end of the gain since March. Although it had been positive since April, Canadian producer prices sank in September, resuming the trend that started in March 2023. And here is something we don't normally follow, but it helps explain why the EU manufacturing base remains in the doldrums. EU car registrations came in at just 810,000 in September, a bounce back from August, but well below the 1.1 million in June. Since the pandemic, the average has been about 800,000 per month, but that is way lower than the pre-pandemic average of about 1.4 million per month. It's a radical step lower. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.20% and up 2 basis points from yesterday. And the price of gold will start today at $2,742 an ounce and up $22 from yesterday. And oil prices are $2 higher at just under $72 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price now just on $76 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar starts today at 60.4 US cents and up a minor 10 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're down 10 basis points at 90.5 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're back up 20 basis points at 55.9 euro cents. That all means our trade weight index starts today at just on 69.1 and up 10 basis points from yesterday. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.